get as top 100 as quick as I can, and just trying to do well in tournaments because that's been my weakness tournaments so far. And if I can get better at that, and if I can play more like a rat.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another DC Spotlight. This episode, I have none other than Academy player Bri9gsy. Bri9gsy, hello.
Hello, James. How are you?
I am good, Bri9gsy. Thank you very much for sitting down and answering the questions that our DC audience want to know. So, my first one for you, sir, is how did you join Disconnected?
Bit of a weird one. Like, I think when I was just in like DJ stream, and I just literally out of random blue, I just asked him, and because I was kind of like curious what it was, what it was about. Asked him, and then went into further detail on Twitter, and kind of sorted it out and just exchanged numbers, kind of thing.
He'll be laughing about that because every single top light session, DJ Witt has been mentioned. So we're not even how long into the interview? 50. We're not even a minute in. And DJ Witt's already been mentioned. So let's talk FIFA then. Obviously, you're a FIFA player, you're Academy, and obviously you've joined DC to hopefully improve. And obviously, it's the age as well, similar to Zach as well, because I'm sure that you're a top player. Do you want to talk us through the history of kind of yourself with Foot Champs? Of how's it gone recently?
Well, recently it's not been the best. Like, I've just been really inconsistent. I just need to keep up my level. But apart from that, to be fair, on my day I've been playing really well and good football, so that's not a problem. And I just want to really get back up to the standard I was at end of year, where I was hitting top hundreds and elite ones.
So was that more last year where you were hitting the top 100 virus? Because obviously it's still very early days, isn't it, for FIFA 21? But in terms of FIFA 2019, I don't know if you played 18 as well, were you hitting the top caliber kind of ranks there?
Not really, I was gold 3, gold 2 standard. I literally, from FIFA 19, I was gold 2, gold 3. And from about FIFA 20, I just thought, I want to try and, get better and become a better player. And then I just kind of learned. And then by the end of it, obviously, I got what I wanted from doing it.
So how did you learn through the process? Did you watch certain YouTube videos? How did you kind of grasp? And because to get from like, I know what it's like. I tend to rage a lot, as we all do in terms of FIFA. But to get from like a gold player up to pretty much top 200 by the end of the year is some milestone. How was it? YouTube videos? How did you really self-learn in terms of getting to the top?
It was a mixture, like watching Champ's channel, like, and kind of like looking at other players' techniques and movement, and obviously watching videos helped. And it was just a mixture of just copying, like, and just taking down any notes or any information I could see that seemed good or meta.
And if some people know Bri9gsy, he likes his skills. You call it flicking the button, don't you? You just flick the stick to hope for the best.
Yeah, yeah.
How did you get into the skills? Were you watching again? Were you watching other videos? Because skill chains can be very hard to do.
I just kind of learnt myself, like, certain skills. And I kind of like made my own combos and copied a few others. And it was just like, I've always liked to just play fun, skillful football. It's just more enjoyable and aesthetically pleasing. I just kind of follow that pattern of just doing skills, really.
So let's talk tournaments then. What kind of tournaments have you been in throughout FIFA?
I couldn't name it. I think, like, the Game Shark ones, I've been in a few of them. And I've probably not done as good as I wanted to. But in one of them, I beat. Well, I played Red Lack, and I lost to him, and then but I beat someone else who were pretty good. That's about it.
And so in terms of joining DC, as Academy player, have you had much help, much coaching to almost get you to another level? Because you're one of the players actually that's really interesting for this year, because you kind of not struggled to get the game, but there's almost been the pieces from the jigsaw that's missing, if you like. It's tried to find up to scratch of FIFA 21 and how to perform it. Not saying that you've struggled, but there's been a little bit of, yeah, should we say holes in the road is probably the best way to say it?
Yeah, yeah. There's gaps where I can improve, and I know I can fix that up and get better at the game and stuff. I think it's just really the start of the game. It's just learning, finding out what's best in every position and every angle, really.
Was this very similar to last year in terms of FIFA 19, where you said you were gold? Was it gold at FIFA 19?
Yeah, gold 2, gold 3-ish.
So is it very similar, I'm guessing, in terms of at the start and then building up and growing up with experience?
100%. Last year, I was just about getting gold 1, gold 2s at this time last year. And I just probably about from November-ish. No, not November. From December-ish, January-ish, I just started getting better at the game, just learning more mechanics.
And I think, again, another insight into yourself is that other pro players have the amazing players that we see, the icons, etc. You're someone that doesn't really spend time in terms of purchasing points for the game. You kind of just graft it, you just play it, etc. So you have quite a casual team. Is it more because of you choose to go this way because you prefer almost playing the game over like kind of buying points and improving the team that way?
Yeah, I'd love to say it was like obviously trying to grind, but I'm just broke really. Like I spent 80 quid, bought the game, I've got nothing left, and it's just been kind of just trading and just kind of making smart investments whilst also obviously grinding games and stuff.
I think that's the key thing as well, in the fact of that you don't necessarily need to purchase points to then provide the good players, etc. I do it because I can, but in terms of yourself, who's a lot younger and in terms of the money situation, I think it works better and it shows a bit more of a public eye on yourself in terms of you can get up to these higher ranks just by playing the game and not putting too much money into it, which I think is really interesting to kind of find out. What would you say is the goals and aim for you this year in DC?
Pretty much trying to just get as top 100 as quick as I can, and just trying to do well in tournaments, because that's been my weakness, tournaments so far. And if I can get better at that, and if I can play more like a rat.
Play like a rat. Brilliant. Bri9gsy, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for sitting down with us, and appreciate your time.
All good. Have a good night, pal.
Thank you very much. That is Bri9gsy, ladies and gentlemen, our Academy player. Make sure to tune in at 7 o'clock where we're going to have our next player spotlight with none other than disconnected finalist of the tournament, Eds. We're going to speak to Eds about what it's like to be a Twitch streamer, a content creator, and also getting the high ranks and almost the pressure that you have in terms of hitting the high caliber. So, until next time, we shall see you at 7 o'clock for our next spotlight session. And remember, as always, big up DC!